Hey everybody, Muffin Man Mike Rizzo here. Welcome to my newly created YouTube channel. For the first video here, I'm going to take you through a quick shop tour. This is my shop, aka the bakery, and I'm going to show you some of my tools of the trade, some projects I got going on, and some upcoming stuff for the channel. Alright, so let's take a walk. For those of you that don't know me at all, I'm a blacksmith, bladesmith. I make all sorts of forging materials and knives, as well as a welder fabricator. I do a lot of scrap metal sculptures and 3D logos and things of that nature. Alright, first tool as you walk in the shop is my Even Heat LB27 heat treating kiln. This thing is awesome. I just got it a few weeks ago and already worth its weight in gold. This is precision temperatures for heat treating all types of steel. It's really improved my work, and going forward it's going to be a big help. And I also have some larger etching tanks that I built over here for etching swords and whatnot, and larger pieces. Next up is my wall of belts. I know it looks like a problem, but every other maker out there is going to agree with me that you can never have enough belts. And I'm also trying a couple different companies right now just to kind of see which ones I like, or if one of those companies out there want to sponsor me, just give me a ring. Then I got shop air compressor over here. This is a Vulcan series welder. This baby does MIG, TIG, and stick. Multi-purpose, which I love because I'm constantly doing different variations. I don't think it's ever let me down, and I've had it for a couple years now. Super impressed with this product. Next up is my grinding station. This is where a lot of the magic happens after forging. This is just a homemade tower I made to hold all my different attachments. And then I got a classic first generation Ameribraid 2x72 grinder with a VFD. This thing is awesome, and it's indestructible basically. I love this thing. And the company's out in California, real small, American made company. Highly recommend it. I also just recently picked up this variable speed 9-inch bench grinder from AM Concepts. Again, small American made company out of Tennessee. This thing is sweet too. Really improves handle geometry. Really keeps everything straight and even. Big fan. Then we got kind of like a prep and working bench area, along with toolbox number 1. This was actually my grandfather's toolbox. There's a lot of his old tools in there, which I still use every day. Where I have a bunch of batch work and things that I do all the same of right in a row. This is really great for sort of an assembly line area. Also stuff other than blades. I got a lily that I make here. Actually, one of the next videos I'll make is how to make one of these. Harbor Freight Special drill press. Really not a whole lot to say about this thing. It's real small, it's cheap, but it still works. And that's what matters at the end of the day. Underneath I got a table saw for just kind of a minimal woodwork I do. I also have my regular etch tank right here. This has got my ferric chloride mixture in it. Typical homeowner's bench grinder here. I got my 2-foot by 3-foot clutch welding table here with 87 different table attachments on it, which is awesome for a lot of the sculpture work that I do. Over here I have all my exotic woods and handle materials for knife handles. This is just kind of like belts. It really develops into quite the collection, and I don't know why. I've sort of got to cut myself off. For anybody that doesn't know me, I started out as a diesel mechanic, and I was a technician for 9 years. Shout out to the guys in North America. Taught me a lot of what I know. This here is my main tool storage. I know it's pink, but it was a breast cancer toolbox, so I have no problem supporting the Tatas. Around in the corner here, we got the original Harbor Freight Special 130 belt grinder. I think this is what almost every knife maker starts out with. This thing is old reliable and it doesn't stop working. That's really all I got to say about it. If anybody's starting out, this is definitely the one you want because it takes some serious effort to break it. Metal cutting bandsaw with a swag off-road tabletop table. This thing is sweet. This company makes all sorts of crazy stuff, and I have to tell you, this is probably one of the best things that they do make. And it's compatible with, I think, every portable bandsaw on the market, so highly recommend. Just a 6-inch buffing wheel here. I got a wood cutting 9-inch bandsaw. Relatively cheap, just for rough cutting handles though. Vice stand here. Mobile tool cart with tons of tongs, hammers, a lot of handmade hammers. This is an old hickory forge hammer made by John Norwood. Awesome blacksmith out of North Carolina. Got some Nitsan Lily hammers here too, another great maker. My two basic anvils is what I started out with. Again, a Harbor Freight Special. I think that's a 55-pounder. I'm going to be teaching classes soon, so that'll be a great class anvil. This is my primary one. This is a 80-pound NC Tool knife maker anvil. Definitely recommend for somebody just starting out. And over this way, I got my main metal bench here. This is kind of where the vast majority of the moving magic happens, whether it be forging something out or starting a metal sculpture. A lot of the tracing and layout work gets done on this table for making Damascus and stuff too. So almost all of that starts right here. Over in the last corner of the shop, I got my quench oil tanks over in the corner here, just out of the way. I got a oxygen acetylene torch over here with a couple different attachments on it that gets used pretty daily. And then right here we got my girl. This is my sidekick, and probably the most important tool I have in this shop. This is a Cole Ironworks 16-ton forging press. This thing is an incredible tool to have. I can't say enough about this tool. I use it every day. It's incredibly reliable and functional. And another company right out of Indiana, started by a couple of guys, a couple of fellow makers. These guys are awesome to deal with. They're incredibly responsive, and they really enjoy networking with their customers, promoting their customers, and promoting their crafts. I really can't say enough about them. Just awesome press, awesome company. Definitely invest in something like this if you're looking to get really into everything. And lastly, I got my my primary forge. This is a 3-burner Majestic, just like the ones used in the Forged and Fire competition, which is probably what geared me towards actually investing in them. But this is an awesome unit. Since day one, this unit's been great. I haven't had any issues, and I will buy from them again. And that's hooked up to just a 100-pound propane tank that I've bedazzled with a bunch of stickers supporting other makers and among other things. Alright guys, I hope you enjoyed this short little tour of the bakery. So my hope in this channel is creating content that's a little bit of everything, covering the metal craft. So keep a sharp eye. I'm going to try really hard to do maybe like a video a month or so. Some how-tos and some tool highlights and some live action stuff. If you haven't yet, be sure to check out some of my past work on my other social media platforms. And be sure to tell all your friends to subscribe to this channel. Alright, thanks.